5 at Belmont Park. It's over the 1200 metres, a 72 plus event, and no doubt this is the race of the day when you see horses like Rebel King, Mickey Two Toes, which was a winner last start, Secret Nova, Reflectance, Django. The list goes on. Some pretty handy company here.
Yeah, Django's one indeed that I'm really looking forward to seeing this weekend. Let's have a look at that last start win, beating Saker by 1.3 lengths.
The straight now, Flying Time led 2 lengths to It's It. Grey Enigma third down on the inside, making headway. Django, and in behind them, Black Dynamite. He's under heavy pressure going to the 200. Con Job's running on, and so is Saker right down the outside. It's Django reaching the lead though. They go to the 100. Django draws a length and a half. 2 on It's It and Saker. Grey Enigma, no Black Dynamite, brother. It's all Django. Django won it.
Firstly, it must be said from looking at that replay, what a brilliant ride it was by Pat Carberry. He assessed the situation perfectly and was able to get that nice win by a length, as you mentioned. This horse has just really stepped back to where we knew it could be. I mentioned to you, I think before its first run, that we'd seen in the past this horse had talent, but then things had just gone wrong. And speaking to Alan Matthews post-race, all he said he's been doing is just making sure the horse is happy. He said that has been the basics. He just felt like the horse felt it was a bit of a chore to go the race day and a bit of a chore to gallop, and just relaxed it, stepped back a little bit and let it enjoy the scenery. And it seems to be doing the job. Something so simple, but it really is working. Barrier 5 with the 55 kilos here. A really good record at Belmont Park as well. I think Django can go on with it and make it back-to-back victories.
Yes, I saw Alan Matthews at the airport at Broome, heading our way home to Perth, and he was very excited about the win of Max Almighty, but also he said, watch out for Django next start. I think it's a really nice horse, and it keeps stepping up, and it keeps taking the next step up in class. I think it's a really, really good chance here. We've also got in the race, number 1, Rebel King, as you mentioned, Adam. That form behind First Among Equals cannot be ignored.
It was a very strong performance last start. It was able to roll forward and was only beaten 2 lengths with a 54.5 kilos. Now still has to carry 59 here, and the bar plates go on, which is a small concern. Hasn't won for 392 days and never placed on a soft track, but it's just got class on the side.
Number 9, Spin to Wheels as well. It's found a little bit of form and back to a soft track here. It could be his day.
Michael Lane will be praying for rain with Spin to Wheels and Present Arms a little bit later as well. William Pite staying on board is a bonus. You take a look at that soft form, 9 attempts, 4 victories and a second as well. Actually meets Mickey Two Toes worse in the weights for losing to it last start, which is a small concern for mine, as does Secret Nova actually. So Mickey Two Toes gets in nicely with that claim from that race, but it certainly can play a part. But I found it really hard to go past number 8 Django from what we saw last start. From 3 Mickey Two Toes, 9 Spin to Wheels and 2 General Groove.
Yeah, number 8 Django for me as well. From the 1 Rebel King, number 7 Con Job, and the 9 Spin to Wheels.
Race number 6 at Belmont Park over the 2100 metres. A good staying event here and a few horses that will enjoy the conditions.
Absolutely, Adam, but we'll go straight into the replay of number 7, Sonnen leading them a merry dance last start.
Clear from Midnight Banquet, followed by Son of a Preacher, Bellevue Bullet, Plain Vital. Dance Master now starting to wind up down the middle with Princess Jasmine, but Sonnen kick well clear down inside the 200. Sonnen has broken away from them, led by 4 lengths to Midnight Banquet. Then came Dance Master, Son of a Preacher coming again, but it's all Sonnen. And Sonnen right back to its best today, careered away to win it by 6.5 lengths.
I started to get really frustrated with this horse, and I mentioned to you a few times, had it on top, and it just went because you knew the class was there, it just wasn't showing it. The previous runs have been really disappointing for a galloper that has got so much upside as well, this 5-year-old. And last start we saw it, Mature Autier took the ride, went to the front and just said see you later and won by 7 lengths. Now it must be said it was a pretty weak race as well, beating the lights of Midnight Banquet. But from barrier 3 now, with Harvey on board this time in the 56.5 kilos, I think Sonnen can go on with it.
It was a weak race, but you see what it did to them, 7 lengths. And when Midnight Banquet went up to the horse, just entering the straight, Autier gave it a crack with the whip and it just went away from them further and further and further. So plenty of merit to the win. Also number 5 Charlestown there steps up in grade here and up in distance, but Justin Warwick has no issues in doing that from the mile out to the 2100 metres.
I'm just sort of liking this horse with Material Man, nowhere near the class, but everything that Justin Warwick has said, he's sort of resembled the same with the Material Man. This horse was a very good galloper, and he said with the way it settles, it'll get the distance. Every time he speaks to Charlestown, he says the exact same thing. Settles nicely, relaxes through the run, is going to get better as they step up. We saw Material Man step up for the first time, got the win. I think Charlestown can do exactly the same. Barrier 4 should get a really nice run. Doesn't mind a soft track either. 4 attempts, 2 victories and a third. I think it'll be the short price favourite for the race.
Number 2 Present Arms, another one who goes around. A bit disappointing this preparation. We would have expected him to win one by now.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I've got to highlight at the moment is maybe this horse isn't a Belmont to galloper. 12 attempts at the track for a second and a third. For mine, it's probably the best in the race, and it certainly does enjoy these conditions the most. 4 attempts on a soft track, 2 victories. Will William Pike stays on board. The barrier's not ideal, but I think they'll be running on Saturday, and that is the reason why I've got it on top. Number 2, Present Arms. From 5, Charlestown. Number 7, Sonnen, and 8, Fathoms of Gold.
I've got the 5 on top, Charlestown. I think can take that step up. From the 1, Military Service, can run a nice race in the soft conditions. From the 3, Warzar, and number 4, Paddy.
Race number 7 at Belmont Park. It's over the 1,600 metres and some familiar form lines here. Plenty of these horses have been going head to head, and in recent times it's been Thunderclap Newman that's been walking away with the victory.
Yeah, that main form reference is that most recent 78 plus race on the 6th of August, which Thunderclap Newman won.
And so at the top of the straight, Shalo kicks away from Gricaro. Down the outside, Senzo, and winding up Thunderclap Newman as well. Down on the inside, Shalo tackled by Senzo. Thunderclap Newman deeper out, Raising Dubai though. Down inside the 150, Raising Dubai. Thunderclap Newman coming through. It's Thunderclap Newman in kicking Shalo. Thunderclap Newman though in the middle, bursting through the centre. Thunderclap Newman scored.
Strong performance by Thunderclap Newman, and basically what you do anytime you see rain, you just know that this horse increased by about 2 lengths. It just certainly does get through it nicely. Now this is an intriguing race because Shalo and Senso meet at 2 kilos better. Raising Dubai meets it at the same weight, with a claim gone from Randy Tan to Jerry Noski. So you can analyse that race closely and certainly I think get the winner from this. I've actually gone to Raising Dubai for this race because it was a leader's day. Randy Tan's taken off very early. This horse was going before the corner, 4 wide, has loomed up and then has just tired late, ended up losing by 0.8 lengths in the end. Now barrier 10, it's going to have to go back again, but I think it'll be more suited on conditions. I think it can break through here, but out of those 4, you could pull a number out of the hat and one of them could win.
It can, but the thing for me is it meets Thunderclap Newman at the exact same weights, and I think Thunderclap Newman will settle a lot closer. And as you mentioned, Shalo and Senso going forward, putting the speed, I think Thunderclap Newman just sits off them and gets the last crack at them, along with number 5, I'm Feeling Lucky, who's been absolutely flying this preparation.
Yeah, loving the run of I'm Feeling Lucky, and what I've liked about her is that she's been able to adapt as well. She's won over the 1,600 metres, she stepped up to the 2,000, she's led and she sat back. She shows so many different dimensions this campaign, and I think that's a big positive. And it's going to have to be again from here, because from barrier 12, with speed in the race, I don't know if she's going to be able to find it comfortably, so I think they're going to have to go back and try and settle for a little bit of luck and hope that she has that turn of foot. She's now won on the soft track as well. There's some big positives here. I think she can play a part, but I've decided to go with number 10, Raising Dubai, just to turn the tables on these. From number 5, I'm Feeling Lucky, 4, Thunderclap Newman, which you know is going to put in a huge performance, and 3 stocks.
Yeah, I've gone the 4 in the soft again, Thunderclap Newman. From the 3 stocks, number 10, Raising Dubai, and the 5, I'm Feeling Lucky.
Race number 8 at Belmont Park. It is over the 1,300 metres, and I think this is a really intriguing affair because these are midweek horses that have shown good form and earned their way to a Saturday. The likes of Imaginica, Angel Sky, which has shown good form again, Hello Paris. So they're animals in good form going head to head, and I think it's an exciting way to finish the card.
Yeah, I'm loving this 5-year-old by Izmir. Only had the 7 starts. Let's go back and have a look at Imaginica's last start win.
Park under pressure, 4 wide at the top of the straight, followed by Warbrook, but Maginica, the baldy-faced galloper, led clearly inside the 300, put up over 2.5 lengths. American Star, Jebel Musa runs on. Further back behind them, snits along Warbrook and Pop Hero, Max Almighty, but Maginica has sailed away from them. Maginica opening right up for Smoke and Joe, extending the margin late in the race and came away, won it by nearly 4. Second.
The exciting part about Maginica is this horse still has absolutely no idea what it's doing out there. The first up win was very impressive considering it was a day you couldn't make up ground, and somehow it did push its way out and win. Now last start was just simply brilliant, and it just started, you could see, click throughout, it went, okay, this is what it's about, and it was the way that it attacked the line that I really liked. The biggest thing here is it beat Max Almighty by 3.5 lengths, which won race 8 at Belmont Park last Saturday. So you know the form lines are holding up here. It now gets barrier 6 of 57 kilos. The only knock I have on it is if the conditions are as I'm thinking they may be, and you don't want to be out in front, but it has the class, it could still lead and win compared to some of the others throughout the card.
Yeah, it's another test for this galloper, but as you mentioned, we've seen him come off the pace and on the speed and win, so plenty of boxes ticked there. Also in the race, we've got number 9, Royal Supreme. This Cerise and White galloper could have turned a corner here. Yeah,
well, this is the thing that we sort of keep noting, and I think we've mentioned it a few times. You look at a Cerise and White galloper with a career record of 15 starts, 2 victories, 6 placings, and only $55,000. And normally Bob Peters probably turfed it by now and given it to somebody else. But he keeps holding this galloper, and for me, that's always been the intrigue. Last start, again, it was a day that you could not make up ground, and Glenn Smith had no luck throughout the run and only ended up losing by 1 length in the end to Uptown Funk, which we know is a nice galloper. Now, barrier 12. 12, 54.5 kilos on a day where I think they'll be able to make up ground. There's good enough speed in this race. I really think Royal Supreme can add to this, and like you said, turn that corner and start getting some momentum running forward.
Yeah, the other two Grant and Alana Williams runners we've got. Number 2, Angel Sky, who was good winning last start in midweek company, leading all the way on that occasion. And number 13, Hello Paris, which was a blinding turn of speed. We haven't seen that from her. Usually we see her go to the front or sit wide and grind it out. That was an amazing turn of speed.
Well, both a complete reverse here. So Angel Sky normally goes back and runs on strongly. Now, it's 2 victories from its past 4 starts. It's gone forward, led and won. From barrier 7, I'll be intrigued to see if they do the same. On the other hand, Hello Paris is a horse that rolls out in front, goes mad. Last start, and then I think the Oaks was probably the second best performance we've seen. It sat back and shown the turn of foot, so they've now learnt the way to ride that. So I'm expecting them to completely turn the usual form lines for them. Hello Paris will definitely take a sit here and run on, and I think Angel Sky will probably go forward as well. So some different changes, but I think they're certainly in with a chance of winning this race. But I decided to go with number 9, Royal Supreme, just to attack that line strongly with William Pike from 4, Maginica, which is definitely the horse to beat. Number 8, throwing in Glitter Bell, and 13, Hello Paris.
Yeah, I've gone with the favourite here. Number 4, Maginica. From the 1, Chasing Chaos, Jordan Turner's claim there. Number 9, Royal Supreme, and the 13, Hello Paris.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bet of the cards, and I think the first one comes up in race 2, number 3, Sweet Aura. I can't see it being beaten in this race. From race number 6, throwing in number 2, Present Arms at each way odds.
I've gone in between those races, Adam. Race 4, number 9, Juendis looks very hard to beat, very well in at the weights, and race 5, number 8, Django, to just continue his winning way.
Now, as we said at the start of the program, do keep an eye on the RAWA website just to see the track conditions that you are going to be faced with. Follow us on social media, Perth Racing. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and also Instagram, and perthracing.com.au for more event information. On behalf of both of us, hopefully we found you a couple of winners, and we'll be back again later on next week with another edition of the Box Seat.